Hello guys, welcome back. Hari ni kita sambung semula gameplay Vampyr. Macam biasa, saya Manggans, lain sejuk. Okay, let's go. Kita pergi kepada mission kita. Find Richard Nitzer Court dengan find Clayton Darby.
Joe, please, I don't have your money.
Come.
I know it's
Okay,
hard
di
to
tengah
believe,
safe.
but this district has always been wretched. Don't let your guard down, sir.
Wah, lambat pula dia punya loading.
You again? What do you want this time?
Sabar dulu, saya nak cari hint je. Boleh, tak ada. Tak ada. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
This district has always been wretched.
Find Clayton in
Let
the
your
area.
guard down, sir.
Ni kita dah pergi kan. Hari pun kita dah pergi. Boleh masuk ke rumah ni? Okey, tak boleh. Kenapa dia bagi teleport ke atas tapi tak ada apa-apa boleh ni? Tak faham Sabar dulu, pergi ni tak ada apa. Oops, dead ends.
Imprisoned by
Kita
your
dah tanya
daily
ke
routine.
Badari ni?
Good evening, Mr. Whitaker.
It's Father Whitaker, my son.
Father Whitaker.
So, are you still lost in your rational delusions?
Okey, apa nak tanya Kita dah tanya ke? Oh, kita dah tanya orang ni. Oh, kita dah.
I have had enough for tonight. Goodbye.
Okay, now kita pergi. Boleh masuk ke? Boleh. Okay, ni kita tak tanya lagi.
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of town? Name's Clayton Darby, reporter.
Sorry,
Wah,
I'm new
reporter.
to
Orang
Whitechapel.
baru.
But perhaps you could help me since you're a journalist. My name is Jonathan Reed.
Dr. Reed, the famous surgeon. I'll gladly help if I'm able, sir.
Your investigation in London or newspaper? Kita tanya ni lah.
Why are the newspapers keeping silent about the Spanish influenza? It's as though none of you care.
There's a war going on. People shouldn't be demoralized by news of deadly diseases.
Okay. It's criminal. It's declared criminal. It's criminal
If
lah.
no one stops it, this epidemic could turn into a scourge. It may kill more people than the war itself.
Yes, this is another kind of war, but just as deadly. History will judge us all for what we did and what we did not.
Juga. So not afraid of getting out at
Have you
night.
any idea of the danger you face in these streets at night?
I've had to run and hide more than once from frenzied mobs incensed by the fever. Do you think the flu is really responsible for this, Doctor?
Kalau saya sebagai doktor saya akan cakap rational sebenarnya.
That science is unable to explain the facts doesn't mean there is no rational explanation.
I confess, I share your point of view, Doctor.
Yes, you got it. What are you doing here after sunset?
What is a journalist doing in this borough after sunset?
He goes where none of his colleagues would dare to go, to inform the country.
So you risk your life to reveal it.
So you risk your life to reveal the truth. I saw many reporters do the same during the war.
Whitechapel is the crucible of so many untold stories and tragedies. I want people to know them.
Yes, we got new here for Clayton Darby.
That's quite honourable of you. But is the public interested?
Not at all, sir. And that's why I'm an independent journalist, hoping to sell some stories.
Okay. I understand for you. No jets for migrants around.
Christina Popper claims she sells her body because she can't find any other work. Do you believe her?
Of course I do. Her story is
Oh,
exactly
ada
what
apa
I
yang
want my
Christina cakap
readers to
terakhir.
understand. We live in an intolerant and divided nation.
Do you think things will ever change, Mr. Darby?
I believe the situation can only improve. And now that women can vote, I'm convinced things will change.
Okay, go back. Ni abang yang rekam medical.
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
A nurse I know is compromised. Ya, cakap ini ya.
I'm a doctor, Mr. Darby. I care about everything involving public health and this epidemic.
Are you sure you're not just concerned about the repercussions that a scandal involving a certain nurse Crane from the Pembroke Hospital would bring?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious, never goes out, doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
He has no relative.
He has no relatives at all?
No, except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nethercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Nethercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, you can usually find him behind the church.
He
never goes out?
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
Okay, we go back. Personal questions. Oh, no hand required. Can be seen.
Goodbye,
Bye.
Mr. Darby. Farewell.
Okay, now we go to find Richard Nethercott. Okay, let's go to the map. Merchant, custom marker. Boleh buang kat sini. Buang lah, buang. Buang pun. Ni apa ni? Kita cari dua-dua ni. Okay, kat sini betul. Jalan dah betul. Ni masuk ke? Oh, okay, tak boleh. Wah, jumpa lagi orang.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Hai.
I know what you're thinking. A tall stranger who meets a girl in the street at night. It reeks of the penny dreadfuls. But I mean you no harm, truly.
Bisu apa?
I know you understand what I'm saying. Your silence has nothing to do with you being mute, does it? Very well. Goodbye then.
Boleh ambil? Fabricate small fabricate with a voucher for if you are sick. Roti lah. Okay. Oh tu tadi nama dia Camellia. Okay, rasa boleh tanya ke. Camellia, where are you going?
Hello again, miss.
Don't just mute. I know you work.
Camellia, I know you work for Dorothy Crane. Please tell me about her secret dispensary. A stubborn and mute comrade. Nurse Crane and Darius Petrescu have been clever.
Oh, senyap payah ni.
Very well. Goodbye then.
Okay, kita proceed lagi. Kenapa semua boleh sama? Sampan we check. Oh yeah, we got spring.
It's locked.
Okay, lock. Dia nampak macam ada orang kat dalam. Tapi nanti. Oh, okay. We got Whitechapel. All road.
Lively! It's on to us! Vermin! The power of the Lord commands you!
Wih. Wah. Main salib pula. Siapa ni? Orang baru ni. Wow.
Crawl back to the
Ha. Dah mati lah. Apa main api?
This man stunned me with his faith. His crucifix. This is not good news.
Yep. Okay, saya nak pergi mana? Sini. Oh, kawasan ni ada ramai Freewen, jadi kita kena hati-hati.
There's safer places to be. It's elite! Stop in it! Over there! There's one of them vermin!
Wah. Masih baik damage kapak kita dah kuat guys. Kalau tak senang mati. Aluminium shard. Apa ni? We'd like to know more. Got the freedom of us. I'll join the royal fleet today. We'd like to know more. As you at your nearest recruiting office. Nantilah. Kita just iklan. Tak penting. Oh, dia dengar kita. Oh, ni kuat guys. Mati sudah. Shilling. Water rich plus simple. Tidur tadi. Hahaha, sedap. Wah, aduh, tak sempat elak. Sakit oi. Maknanya saya punya blood pun makin kena refill lagi. Balik. Wah. Kenapa ada wolf ni? Boleh macam satu wolf. What wolf? Damage kuat. Oh, mana kita dah masuk kawasan yang kuat-kuat ni. Sorry my friend. Dia mati kat tempat yang hilang. Dan kita pun tak nampak ni baju itu mana. Betul-betul kita tak nak pergi ke tempat makin jauh. Sebab takut level tinggi-tinggi kan kita mati senang kan. Kawan di sana mati tak best pula. Kita kena naikkan level dulu. Sekarang kita pergi ke mana? Kita nak pergi ke... Rasa macam kisah jalan ya kawan. Sekejap. Oh, saya salah laluan sebenarnya. Patut pergi ke sini tapi...
It's locked, all right.
Sekejap tengok map dulu. Silap. Tak boleh masuk. Ini? Kenapa tak macam nak masuk? Sekejap. Tak apa, saya akan tanya orang ni dulu. Wah, kita dapat surat
The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter.
Wait. Takkan saya nak bunuh dia kan? Cuba tanya
Hello
dulu.
again, miss.
Tak boleh lah kita nak
Very well.
kena rasanya
Goodbye
kita
then.
kena buat benda lain dulu. Sekarang ni hand dia kat sini tau. Hand dia kat sini. Mana saya nak cari? Pusing tu. Apa fashion kita teleport tapi tak nak pergi mana? Faham betul tak?
It's locked.
Lock tak? Okay, kita jalan ke sini ya. Jalan ke sini.
For there is no protection against malevolence and trickery.
Sekejap. Boleh lalu kat ni? Tolong boleh lalu. Yes, boleh. Oh, sini ada skull. Skull. Tak ada dia. Oh, saya tak kena. Tak ada dia. Okey, darah. You dead. Ada barang? Tak ada. Oh, ada. Ni apa ni? Quarantine influenza. Okey. Saya tak lalu sini ni. Pun tak lalu. Terus lah. Sekejap ya. Okey, ada barang kat sini. Yes, alkohol. Kita buka pintu ni. Ya. Saya cek dulu takut ada apa-apa. Okay, sudah dulu. Mana ke jumpa orang ni? Okay,
Good
Richard.
evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, My words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet, sir.
Whoa,
Richard
poet.
Nethercott, at your service.
Your life in London? Wait a minute.
May I ask what you're doing at this hour of night, sir? Do you live here?
Not at all. I'm just enjoying the pleasure of a quiet walk. Though night talks are always preferable, if you ask me. Especially with strangers.
Lepas tu no further pandemic. Sure about explosion.
If you say so. But as a physician in a time of epidemic, I must caution you to avoid unnecessary exposure, sir.
Thank you, Doctor. But we both know the seeker of truth has to go boldly where the weak dare not.
So no further gaming.
But are you not afraid of the epidemic?
Oh, why should I? I see some equity in the Spanish flu. No flesh should be saved, say the scriptures. Good or evil, rich or poor, all are equal in the eyes of the flu.
Okay, kita back. Tanya pula.
What are your thoughts on the terrible situation in the city?
Terrible, you say? No. Of course, the death of so many innocents is a tragedy. But the scourge has not been all bad for the city. Oh, no, sir.
What are you talking about?
Do you remember London before the flu? Noisy, cacophonic, quiet nowhere to be found. And now, listen to this oddly peaceful silence.
Quite a neat point of view. I already said that. But
My mother loved poetry. Perhaps your words would have touched her sensitive nature. I only see a dreadful disease.
Most people fail to understand my perspective. I don't blame them. But how could I call myself a poet if I veiled my feelings?
Your life could be in danger here.
Are you aware that your life could be in danger in this part of town?
But this is where I must be to feel the real beat of the city. I had to come, see it for myself, alone.
Talaga tapi saya jawab who will help you if in danger?
If some misfortune came upon you, who would be here to help you?
Well, you for a start, my dear doctor.
Sama yang benar sikit
I
orang dia.
understand your need for solitude, but it's not safe around here.
I don't care. I don't have many friends, Doctor, and my family despises me.
Kita back. Kita back. That's the question I tanya. Why seek inspiration?
Tell me, Mr. Nethercott, why seek inspiration in Whitechapel?
The place is not beautiful per se, but how to explain it? Stirring and challenging.
Okay. Do you have a sample?
In what way, exactly?
The struggle by gaslight, the barren smiles and the arid hunger under the rain.
If you say so.
Such vibrant antagonism and vivid paradox, the stripped humanity raged across each street.
Vivid, of course, yes. And what about the poignant distress?
Oh yes, the poignant distress. You see what I mean, don't you? That's what I want to write about, and that's what Whitechapel is made of.
Okay. Do you think it a little
Do you not
morbid?
think it a little morbid?
On the contrary,
Morbid.
sir, Whitechapel is full of life, full of beauty. Just like my dear muse, the wonderful Camellia.
What can you tell me about
Camellia pula.
Camellia?
Not much, and that's the beauty of it. She can't speak, you know. She's a locked mystery who exhales kindness and sweetness.
Okay. So we go. Afraid to find truth. Afraid to find truth.
Perhaps you're just afraid to find out the truth about your muse.
One day, perhaps, I'll ask her to come with me. But will she still be my wild flower of Whitechapel if she moves uptown?
You don't know her lagi jawab.
And have you ever tried to learn more about her? Where she lives? How she survives? Whom she may know?
Maybe I prefer she remains an enigma.
Enigma?
Reality can be so dull, don't you think?
Okay. Kita back. Go back. Ni.
Did you know the mute florist is a member of a secret society?
No, I didn't. But I thank you for this information, sir, for it only enriches the mystery surrounding the precious camellia.
Are you not curious? Is there not more you wish to know?
That girl has not an ounce of malice in her. Whatever she may be hiding, it's certain to be for the benefit of most, if not all.
Okay, we'll have this
I
romantic.
fear you are a hopeless romantic, Mr. Nethercourt.
Guilty as charged, Dr. Reed.
You go back. Back. Yeah, okay, for
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
Okay. But Dorothy Crane ada itu.
I'm looking for Dorothy Crane, a nurse who lives in this vicinity.
Dorothy Crane. Oh, I love the name. The Crane of Whitechapel. Sounds very mysterious. But, sorry, no, never heard of her.
But there is Petrescu.
What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu? Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
Okay, there is Petrescu. Back. Dia tanya tu. Ya. Goodbye.
I'll leave you alone, sir.
Okay.
Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
Dia kan nak pergi ke Darius Petrescu kan? Petrescu.
Some of us come to this world already touched.
Mungkin lepas kita dah tanya tu, mungkin kita dapat masuk. Kita tanya Richard kan? Dah buka, bagus. Ni, Camellia.
Hello again, miss.
Tak payah kau nak membisu.
Tell me about Richard Nethercourt. I understand he is quite fond of you, Camellia.
Wah, dia tak membisu. Keras
Very well.
hatimu.
Goodbye then.
Betul. Ini alamak lupa pula nama dia ramai sangat. Salah. Ni siapa nama padri ni?
Good evening, Mr. Whittaker.
Whittaker.
It's Father Whittaker.
Jom kita cepat-cepat. Ni tak ada. Tak ada. Tak ada.
Do you know?
Siap. Okey, tak ada. Dah tanya. Okey,
I have
goodbye.
heard enough for tonight. Goodbye.
Tanya yang mana polis tadi? Mana tadi? Saya nampak ni. Ni tak apa tanya. Ni siapa? Peterson tak ada nak tanya. Ni Barrel tak nak tanya. Ada core. Ni saya dah tanya Oh dah saya dah tanya. Oh Petis ke kat dalam. Okay, dia masuk.
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again? Go away.
Oh nak tanya baik-baik kot. Let's have a
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and abandoned.
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Doctor.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know what we have to sacrifice to make the world a better place.
I have to admit your words have conviction. All right, I'll let you see Dorothea.
Dorothea.
Don't make me regret this, though.
Okay, assalamualaikum guys. We're back to Vampyr.
This is an unfitting
Gameplay
place for the illustrious
macam biasa.
Dr. Reed. You
Nama
shouldn't
saya Manggansgamez. Okay, kita mula balik.
It's locked.
Aswan was getting better with the treatment. I don't understand. I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reed?
Saya perlu jawab yang come to stop the blackmail. Ni lah, you can cakap baik lah.
Your heart might be in the right place, but you can't carry on with this blackmail. For God's sake, Dorothy, it's extortion. It's a serious crime.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
Betul ke tapi why target Lady Ashbury?
But why Lady Ashbury? Why her of all people?
She's pristine and proper, all right. But that she-wolf in sheep's clothing murders the poor for sport. I have her where she belongs, and I'll milk her for all she's got.
Wah, ayat dia padu. Keras.
Dr. Swansea is a sensible and honest man. He wouldn't have refused your friend's care at Pembroke.
It's easy for you to say, Doctor. These people cannot go to the police, nor to the hospital. They don't even speak English. They depend on me for everything.
Okay. The end justifies...
So, the end justifies the means. Is that your defense?
I know you're kind, Doctor. Just another fine-heeled, silver-spooned gentleman who was given the world on a platter. You know nothing of poverty. Nothing of the shame, the hunger, the loneliness.
The blackmail must stop ni lah sah.
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
Alamak. All this embarrassing dia. Takkan nak bunuh dia kan? Dia baik. Dia buat benda baik. Got all this. Saya pun nak cakap apa aduh, nak buat baik ke buat jahat ni. Baik-baik buat jahat. Spare lah.
No. Your place is here. Jailing you would be an even greater crime. So, here is my proposition. I'll look the other way on your little enterprise. In exchange, you will resign from the Pembroke Hospital and provide me with medical supplies when the need arises.
Dr. Reed! That sounds like a business proposition. My accomplice, then?
No, just a privileged client. My research may require the occasional rare piece of equipment or ingredient. I'll pay good coin in exchange, fair and honest, to help finance your noble endeavors.
Fair and honest. Sukong.
We have ourselves a deal, Doctor. Good customers are always welcome.
Yes, Nurse Crane. We have a deal.
Kira tu win-win situation. Hey, who's that? Who's that? Siapa tu? Siapa di sana? By the way nya. Oh, betul lah. Let's fight.
Flu killed this one.
It's a leech! Filthy piece of shit!
Oh, tak kena.
Snuff it, leech!
Apa tu? Oh, asap. Mana dah boleh tahu kat sini ya? Pas-pasan mati semua orang.
It ain't human! Kill it! Fuck, it's fast!
Shotgun. Oh man, kena gak. Ambil yang. Woohoo. Kena pula. Okay, oh. Jika shotgun shell. Apa lagi yang ada Dan kita keluar. Sebab tengok dulu. Mission ni hideout rasa dah boleh masuk.
This elixir will give you faith again.
Lompat kiri, lompat kanan, masuk. Yes, dah boleh masuk, dah boleh masuk. Whitechapel. Tu memang boleh masuk. Oh, sini memang boleh masuk. Lupa dah. Jangan keluar kan. Nanti jumpa yang skull tu. Okay. Dan naikkan level ya. Naikkan skill. Penting naikkan skill ni nak senang lawan. Buat yang penting tu lah. Ulti ni. Dia buat yang murah-murah tu. Murah dah. Wah ni penting. Okay, back. Nanti buat yang ni claw. Dia claw. Alamak 2000 pula. Tepi je. Mesti ke ni boleh lah. Heal sendiri. Oh, okey dah. Cukup tu. Sekejap. Boleh lagi tak? 600. Benar 100 ni. Tak ada. Tak ada. Sekejap, no. Confirm. The following night. Apa ni? As of late, the rumors that seorang bercepat already been fact. Other received some miracle evidence of the element that flat some as apa yang penting kita selamatkan. Oh ni dah stable. Dia dah masuk stable sebenarnya, serius. Queen nak bunuh ke tak ya, kesian tak tu. Apa kita tolong tu? Migraine. Enemy. Oh, kita ada enemy. Is this cold? Fatigue. Buat yang lalu. Lagu kalau tak menakutkan tak boleh. Takut buat sakit jantung. Ni enemy lah. Fatigue. coal. Ni ya. Mana poncitis? Belum kiri. Ya dapat tak boleh. Tak boleh. Secukup ni kot untuk sementara. Kita sekarang tengah guna shotgun kan. Ni level 3 pun boleh. Boleh? Take. Level 3 stun bomb in the head. Increase damage ya. Increase damage dengan stamina. Increase damage je apa penting. Siapa yang tak nak increase damage kan? Penting kot damage. Okay, lepas tu ni start ni untuk start Oh tak boleh pula, alah sayang. Kita tolong orang dulu. Cepat. Kita kena main dengan cepat sebab jauh lagi gameplay ni. Okay, kita dah keluar kan. Dah keluar. Oh, mak, tak patah kaki ke setan. Okay, kita nak pergi ke mana? Kita nak buat untuk nak kena check siapa yang sakit.
You again? What do you want this time?
Mata ada heal kan? Okay, tak ada. Ni, oh ni tak sakit. Oh tak sakit tak ya.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Next, tu pula.
Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you?
Sekejap, ada question tak? Tak ada. Tak ada. Check. Okay, sihat.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
Kita buat yang tak sihat ni. Ni pula.
Good evening, Harry. May I come in?
Sure. Even my dreams are soaked with gloom.
Okay, tadi dia pula.
So, may I ask you a few questions?
I'm not bothered.
What could be worse? Dah tanya. Dia boleh.
Your father and Mr. Lewis used to be good friends. What happened, Harry?
I was young then. I don't remember Mr. Lewis ever coming back again after my mother died. Or was it after my father started bullying him? I don't know.
Did you talk to
Have you
Mr.
tried
Lewis?
speaking to Mr. Lewis about it?
I don't go out
Mr.
often, but
Mr.
yes.
Lewis.
And he scolded me and told me to leave him alone. I guess my father frightens him too much.
No, guilty of your father's actions.
But you are not responsible for your father's actions.
Am I not? Dad always says that he joined that gang for my safety. So if I wasn't born, people wouldn't be worrying about Colossus Joe.
Okay, get back. We bet your father tried to find out.
Would it ease tensions with your father if he got an honest job? Because he tried, you know.
I can't say. I'd be glad if he dropped his thuggish activities, but I'm not sure it would be enough.
Why is that?
Sometimes I suspect it's me, Dr. Reed. Or it's this life. It's like I can't find my place.
Yelah. Okay, kita back. There's no question, tak ada kan? Tak ada chat kita. Is that
Goodbye, young man.
Jepla, huh?
Take care of yourself.
Next.
There are only pain and suffering in this world.
Okay, kena tanya luar. Dia tanya tu, dia tanya Krishna Popa, dia sihat.
Soon, let's...
Dia tengok dia ada hint tak?
Good evening, Mr.
His father.
Tengah dengar dia tanya. Back. Dah tanya, okey dah.
I have heard enough for tonight. Goodbye.
Okay, next. Hey. Krishna Popa, okay. Bagus. Boleh tambahin. Kristina Popa. Macam ni lah guys, bila main game ni kan, kena banyak bersabar. Serius cakap. Serius, tak tipu. Kena banyak bersabar main game ni. Kalau korang tak sabar memang faham lah. Oh, ni rupanya function. Ada balkoni atas ni. Alright.
You still want more from Christina?
When we spent the night together, my wallet went missing.
Are you calling me a thief? I don't have your stupid wallet.
Sudah.
I know you. You're a nice girl. Can't we solve this amicably?
No, I don't think so. And if you think you know me just because we shared the bed together, you're just a lousy and arrogant journalist.
Okay. Pelik je. Kau tak perasan ke?
I cannot enter.
Dia boleh tanya.
Good evening, Doctor. Can I help you?
Sekejap ya. Ni.
Tell me, Clayton, do you really think this young woman stole your wallet?
Christina? Yes. I recently met her. A nice girl, despite her questionable conduct.
How do you mean?
How exactly did you meet Christina?
During my investigation, I offered my hotel room to her to rest and get away from the street.
And what happened?
The next morning, my wallet and my watch had disappeared. I suppose that's what you get for being a good Samaritan.
Oh, gitu punya. Okay, you should be more careful.
If you are going to sleep with a lady of the night, Clayton, I would advise you to be cautious.
I can't really be mad at her, though. She's just trying to survive. She doesn't have many options.
Itu pula. Pelik tu pemikiran dia. About relationship with Christina.
Was it wise to become so intimate with a woman you were supposed to interview, Clayton?
Maybe it was. But I have learned to look for the inner truth and beauty in people.
Okay, I apologize.
I apologize. I didn't mean to be rude. What can you tell me about this woman?
She's very sensitive. So nostalgic about her country. I saw her cry once because she'd lost a precious souvenir from her homeland.
What was it?
A scarf her brother gave her before she came to England.
Why are you so concerned? You seem to have something on your mind, Mr. Darby.
That we could make peace if I could find it and give it back to her. But I'm afraid she lost the scarf somewhere during her night shift.
Night shift. Okay. Allah, dapat lagi side quest banyak sih. Okay, bagi ni.
Do you need assistance?
That would be nice of you, Doctor. Who knows what I may have caught during my investigation.
Give me this.
If you persist in investigating the most pox-ridden boroughs of London, you must accept the risks.
Thank you, sir.
Alright.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
Apa kritik OP apa? Nak mencari yang tadi. Okay, tu jumpa Christina Popa.
Good evening, Christina.
Change your mind, Mr. Reed?
You left London.
Clayton Darby claims he will expose the crisis in Whitechapel to all of London. Do you believe him?
I believe Clayton's courage will erode with time, until he finally leaves Whitechapel to start another fight somewhere else.
Why is this skepticism?
Why this skepticism?
How can you speak about starvation if you've never been hungry? Or about poverty? Or anything else you have never suffered from?
Are you talking from experience?
Are you talking from experience?
I've seen your type come here to get a good fuck in a cheap room or a dark alley before going back to their fancy houses in the West End.
Tidak tahu aku lebih bayi. Next question. Ni.
Did you steal Clayton Darby's wallet? Tell me the truth, Christina.
Of course I stole it. But I never thought he would come back to look for it.
Why did you do it? He seems to trust you.
For a time I thought he was different from other men. In the end, he just wanted to sleep with me. Same as the others.
Dia nak pemikiran yang baik lah ni.
Perhaps Clayton is different. Maybe you two should talk. A conversation couldn't hurt.
I know what I am and what people call me. I sleep with men for money. If I can accept that, why can't he? No. My future is with the ones I love, not with Clayton Darby.
The ones you love? The money you stole is not for you, then?
My brother is still in our hometown in Romania. I am the only one who can buy him a ticket to England.
Tell me, Christina, is it worth risking your health and your life for your brother's safety?
He's the only family I have left. I had to leave Romania without him. I can't be happy until he is near me again.
I understand your concern.
I understand your concern. I spent many months away from my family when I served on the front line in France.
Every time I write to him, I fear I won't receive an answer. It kills me to know he is still there.
London, you are taking many risks.
But what about your life, Christina? Are you so worried about your brother's survival that you'll risk your own?
You think you know it all because you fought in the war. But my brother is no soldier.
I know. We all understand the risks to soldiers, but we don't necessarily recognize the civilian casualties caused by these conflicts.
Yes. Wars are decided by rich men who will never take the risk of being shot, raped, or maimed.
Wow. Does your brother know
Does your brother know what you do to earn the money to bring him here?
Don't be simple, of course not. And he must never know. Everything will be different once he is here with me.
Okay, then you go back. Ni dah tak ada. Cuba tengok ni balik dia cakap. Mana ada hint lagi kita nak jumpa
Goodbye, miss.
Bye lah.
Take care of yourself as best you can.
Okay, ni kita dah settle. Cover Sabar lu, sabar lu. Ni apa? White out. White out. Sekejap, saudara tu kan. Baik saya buat yang ni tu. Oh, ada 4 je. Mana game ni boleh sekejap lah ni. Ni kat the dogs. Satu lagi tak tahu lagi. Ni sebetul buat yang ni dulu.
Going on in this district. I don't know why.
Betul yang ni macam kat depan tu gambar. Okay, stable. Then we're back. Mana kena ke kiri Saya try masuk kat tepi ni Saya tak pernah sini, jadi tak tahu lah. Oh, ada musuh baru kat sini. Hati-hati ni guys. Damage dah kuat lah.
It's locked, all right.
Bullet, this bullet, okay. Then we go here. Move. Sabar. Alright, heading for my Honda Park. Okay, ni masuk pasal baru lagi ni. District. Baru kita buat side quest tu. Alamak, ada premium tu.
No good place for a stroll. Elite! No! Murdering bot!
Nak lawan dengan saya kan. Saya dah damage dia tinggi nak lawan dia. Top map. Oh, ada laluan ke kanan. Try lah. Large piece. Ini luar. Tak aku dia buat mana? Sabar dulu bunuh. Saya nak naikkan SP dia. Alright. Thanks, Red. Thanks, Red. Red banyak. Mana sini ada memang laluan, jadi kita masuk lah sini kan. Ada 3 musuh. Wah. Janganlah main sembunyi. Ada 2 mati. Okay, kita settle. Apa ni? Wool scarf. Oh, ni yang scarf kita kena cari. Ni. Lagi saya dah settlekan yang buat cari scarf tu. Dia macam mana cakap, tanpa sengaja kita jumpa. Ha. Okay, shilling. Barang, okay. Large box of pills. Okay, tak ada apa-apa. Nak teleport atas pun tak boleh, jadi kita patah balik lah. Jadi ada yang mission yang ni. Kau buat chapel kan. Kan ni ya. Aduh, tak apalah. Dah tak tahu satu. Tapi kita buat je. kita ke sini. Oh, ni dah rock skull. Mati tak? Senang ke? Sekarang macam mana kita nak pergi sana? Ke ni cuma jalan. Oh, sini ada lawan. Tengok map balik, tengok map. Kalau ke kiri kita akan patah balik kan. Buang, jap, ke kanan. Ke kanan. Boleh buka ke? Tak boleh. Kita explore je game ni. Kita habiskan ni. Kita cari semua tempat untuk naikkan semata-mata untuk naikkan experience. One thing, this is no one should enter or leave contact without permission of the local health authority. No person except an authorized employee of the health district shall alter, destroy or remove this card. Okay. Mungkin ni tempat yang gila-gila kot nanti lah. Tapi kalau nak masuk boleh tak? Oh, ni yang kuat-kuat ni. Nanti. Saya sampai lagi nak tahun pun. Saya baru 13. Atas. Dan ni pergi ke mana? Oh, hideout. Saya jumpa hideout baru guys. New hideout. Cek ada barang tak? Sekarang batu steamer. Tak ada barang pun boleh. Kita masuk sini lah. Spring dengan lead plate. Lead road, lead stick, lead stick. Dan kita telah ke sini. Lawan lah nak naikkan experience. Belum lawan.
It's one of them!
Oh, bukan. Ha. Oh. Tak boleh. Yeah. Sakit kan? Oh. 385 damage dia tu. Okay. Oh, ni dah bagi tempat yang susah tu. Ni apa? Aluminium shard and aluminium powder. So kita naik ke atas. Okay, kita dah sampai Stonebridge Cemetery. Kita dah sampai ke kawasan kubur yang orang tu nak gitu tolong kan. Sekejap, ada tikus. Yeah.
This is
yummy.
despicable.
Okay, let's go. Ada barang lah? Tak ada. Tak ada. Saya sebaik rasa kat tempat macam ni dia tak ada barang sangat. Saya dah perasan. Macam ni ada. Kita dapat resepi baru. Oh, someone needs my help. Sabar-sabar, saya cek barang lagi. Cek dekat pintu. Yes, I want to help you, tapi macam mana nak kat pintu? Tengok map. Kalau tengok map macam mesti ada laluan lain kan? Nampaknya saya akan cari laluan lain lah. Mak langgar macam tu je patah kursi. Okey, tak ada laluan ni. Kita kena patah balik ni, jauh. Jauh patah balik. Saya cuba lalu kat sini kan. Lepas tu saya cut ikut tepi ni. Okey. Tapi sementara tu saya try cuba tengok ada mission untuk lain tak. Mission untuk lain. Bukan kan ni tadi yang ni. Ni kat mana? Oh yang ni dekat trinket semua. Kalau yang sebelah lagi tu ni nak cek Viper ni. Oh ada kat sini orang dia. Macam mana naik masuk di atas? Okay, saya ikut sini kot. Nanti ada lawan je lah. Umur 16 semua Dah lawan je lah. Oh rakit damage dia. Mati kau. Jangan tengok nak tu ulti ada lagi. Mak ni ulti apa? Tentu ni. Wah. Okey, mati dah semua. Oh, saya ingatkan damage dia sakit masa lawan, tapi tak ada sakit sangat kan. So, saya dah boleh lawan lah level 16. Okay, semua dah cari. Ke atas. Oh, ni turun balik. Ni dapat lalu sini. Lalu sini. Ni ke mana? Shading. Kita masuk. Kita nak jumpa orang ni. Okay.
Hello, sir. Sorry to disturb you at this hour. I'm a doctor inquiring about the epidemic. May I come in?
A doctor, you say? No, thank you.
Oh, tak boleh.
All right. I shan't insist. Goodbye for now, sir.
Mula ni mana kita kena buat mission main quest tu baru boleh naik ni my surprise tu. mana kan tak nak pergi situ kan. Saya rasa kita balik kepada yang mission yang ni. Okay guys, saya rasa sampai di sini saja kot. Nanti ya. Ada ni.
It ain't human! Kill it! Die, vermin! Oh my god!
Oh, melayang. Dia dah terlampau kuat damage. Oh, ni yang perempuan bisu kan? Tak pergi dia tanya.
Hello again, miss.
Give me a smile.
Hello, Camellia. How are you, partner? Come on, girl. Smile. Don't you know Dorothy and I have an agreement? We're on the same side. No? All right then, as you wish.
Nanti saya pergi ke tu for detail lah. Boleh sihat. Oh, tapi ni blood quality tinggi tu. Oh, memang patutlah. Tak layak lah nak bunuh dia.
Very well. Goodbye then.
Ni yang dalam tu bukan ada orang ke? Ah, tu ada sakit. Dandan ni. Morris. Okay. Oh, mana kan tu sampah pun boleh ada surat. Jadi saya kena check lah semua tu sampah ni. Saya kena alert supaya dapat hint. Saya jual dia pula.
Good evening, Mr. Nethercott.
And good evening to you too, my good sir. Can I be of any help?
Belanda, kini dah tanya, tak ada. Ni.
You don't really make a living from your scribblings, do you, Richard?
No, sir, I don't. I work so hard. I put all my time, my energy, my devotion into the precise carving of words.
You don't seem to suffer property. Yeah.
Perhaps it's time to think about something more useful to do. I'm not sure that poets are what London needs at this moment in time.
Men and women need food for certain, a roof and safety, but how narrow is the mind of one who believes art is not as essential?
Aduh.
Goodbye for now, sir.
Man.
Do you need medical attention, sir?
It may be wise to let you prescribe me something. I don't feel like I should.
Bagilah.
I understand your appetite for words and macabre beauty, sir. But you should be more careful.
The nutrition of my mind is more important than my physical health. But I appreciate your concern, sir.
You're welcome. Okay. Alah, sayang ah. Baru nak naikkan bab kawati ni. Dia ada kaitan dengan Camellia, kan? Citis. Oh, kalau dia dah ni boleh saya ni kan. Tapi kena tunggu dia recover dulu. Tunggu dia recover. Kena terus. Oh, tak boleh.
I'll leave you alone, sir.
Nanti ya. Silap lah tadi. Kalau saya tahu tadi, saya tengok dia. Layan je lah dia. Siapa lagi orang boleh tanya? Oh, ni yang tadi dah tanya. Oh, ni nak bagi kat kereta ni, bagi kat ni. Bagi kat file tu. Jarang tengok lagi pakai scout kan. Ni kalau nak bagi umpan tu lah. Sedang jumpa lah. Ni Christina.
You look so pale.
Good evening, Christina.
Change your mind, Mr. Reed?
Could this be the scarf you lost, Miss Popper?
It is much more than a scarf to me. It is the only thing that connects me to my family and my country. Thank you so much.
Okay. Aduh, him pula ke sana. Tak apa.
Goodbye, miss. Take care of yourself as best you can.
Kalau boleh saya nak isap darah dia. Oh, tapi semua tinggi lah. Mesmer 4. Oh, ni 1. Anak ada, bapak ada. Kau adik-adik. Okay, siapa lagi tadi? Mana lagi tak check? Oh, sebelah sana. Tu bias ke white ke yang kubur kan. Sekejap di sini. Baik Louis tak ada. Di sini tak ada.
I have this thirst for blood.
Ah, tu kat orang depan sana. Okay, sabar-sabar. Okay, dah jumpa. Ni.
Good evening, my dear colleague.
Colleague boleh lah. Tak ada hints pun tak ada. Ya, ada orang. Sekejap tak boleh lah.
Goodbye, Miss Swanwell. Perhaps we'll talk again.
Orang dia. Ni migraine. Ada buat migraine tak ada. Ni ke mana? Oh, ni cardigan kan? Boleh ni.
Good evening, sir. Do you remember me?
If you're here for a reward, you'll be sorely disappointed. But I'll gladly shake the hand of a fellow countryman.
I'm not here for a bounty. I'm a doctor. Dr. Reed from the Pembroke.
A doctor?
Okay.
In Whitechapel? What an opportunity. My name's Bates. Cadogan Bates.
Do you require assistance, Mr. Bates?
Not me, but your skills could help a lot of people round here. That would help my business, because I say a live tenant's a paying tenant.
Okay, bahagian dulu.
Since I took an oath to help people, can I be of assistance?
Well, seen better days, that's for sure. But it was bound to happen with all these refugees about.
Infecting you is probably the last thing on these people's minds. Take this, in any case.
What? You give me this for free? Don't have a clue about this place, do you?
The level under or sekejap. Tadi dulu lah.
It's unusual to see someone so happy around here, especially considering the current situation.
Why should I be sad now? There've always been wars, disease, tragedy. There always will be.
That's an unusual way of seeing things in these trying times.
I don't see why I should shed a tear for another man's woes. I'm healthy, and I intend to stay so.
Okay, what help could I be to your...
What help could I possibly be to your business?
That's simple. I already get good money from all those fleeing the war. Can you imagine what they'd be willing to pay if I could offer medical assistance too?
Mr. Bates, do not make me regret saving your life in this quarantine zone.
I understand, Dr. Reed, you're from a good family. Don't want to get your hands dirty. That's fine. I'll be happy to act as your middleman.
Okay,
I've no interest in money. Perhaps one night I will visit you. and take what I require. If that should happen, there will be no need for a middleman.
So it's a no then. That's too bad. The Reed tonic could have really helped people, you know, save lives. Isn't that what you do? I mean, people buy that Swambra shit.
Okay. What is your business exactly?
What is your business exactly?
I offer fair lodgings for a modest price to the poor and weary of Whitechapel.
I see. And what about those who cannot pay?
Well, deals can be done, if you know what I mean. Money's not the only currency. After all, I'm not immune to a pretty face.
You are taking advantage of them.
In other words, you take advantage of these poor lost souls.
Begging your pardon, I thought you was a man who could appreciate the complexity of the modern world. Things ain't just black and white, you know.
You thoughts on the London situation.
Tell me, what's your honest opinion of the increasing violence in London?
People are just beginning to discover what we've always known. This city is rotten to the core. They just took their bloody time to wake up and notice it.
What do you mean?
People are acting like the violence is news. But it's always been savage down here. It just bubbles to the surface every now and again.
The back, we got the personal questions stating about your death.
You seem to have recovered well since your attack. Do you ever think about what happened to you?
Not much. It was a fucking nightmare. Savages, absolute bloody savages. Their appearance. Jesus. Made me want to puke.
You'd better not come back here. I won't be around next time to save you.
Okay, the reason.
I want to know everything about the recent violence, Cadogan. And I want the truth.
Well, rent may be a bit high, and yeah, I've had to evict a few people. But that's business, isn't it?
Take this as my final warning. You will not profit from the misery of others. Business is one thing, but what you do is quite another.
Really? What you gonna do? You ain't from here. You ain't Whitechapel, Doctor. You wouldn't know the first thing about playing dirty, even if you wanted to.
So ni jahat lah ni. Sabar, kalau kau jahat kan.
Goodbye, Mr. Bates.
Sekejap, kita tolong dia dulu.
Mr. Bates.
Evening, Doctor.
Okay. Oh, tak dah. Alah, dia tak cukup. Rasa punya Ihin, kita tak tanya lagi. Ni.
What is your...
My offer...
I see.
Well...
In other words...
Begging you.
Oh, tak ada saya bunuh je tadi. Ada orang jahat kan? Buat jahat kan? Bunuh je. Okay, let's go. Santapan malam sudah sampai, guys. Lembut. Kau gua lama macam apa? Okay. Mangsa ketiga. Tak, mangsa keempat.
Was I that evil to deserve such punishment? My only regret is that no one will mourn me. For I have never been loved.
Okay. Okay, ni tak ada lagi. Oh, dia kena masuk ke sini.
Hello, Mr. Petrescu.
Hello, Dr. Reed. Come on in.
Tadi ni.
Yes?
Ni. Oh, lagi lah, tak tanya.
Tell me everything you know about Camellia, the mute florist.
I do not believe in the afterlife, Doctor, but I'm almost convinced Camellia is an angel. She volunteered to give out our medical leaflets.
Okay, kita tanya ni.
Did you refuse to publish Richard Nethercott's previous works, Darius?
Yes, his manuscript is as pompous as he is starched. Now there's a man who loves the sound of his own voice.
You could have told him so.
As a great writer recently said, politeness is the most acceptable hypocrisy.
Ayat dia padu. Back personal question. Apa ni boleh lagi jap?
Tell me,
I do not.
Ini
Are you not worried for her safety?
She is as
Are you in love with...
Don't be stupid.
Oh, tak ada apa. Kita tak ada apa-apa. Dah tanya semua. Okay, bagi ada.
Do you need some help, Mr. Petrescu?
I am very tired, but that is all. I don't need you, Doctor.
Well, I think you do. Take this, and you'll feel better.
Free drugs from an English doctor. It must be my lucky day.
Cakap dia. Oh, kita dah tanya semua. Ada lagi saya tak tanya ni. Unknown. Ni recover. Oh, ni yang tadi yang gaduh tu apa? Yang gaduh kat luar. Ni apa? Ni migraine, anemia. Yang ni migraine.
Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu.
Okay guys, saya rasa ni betul-betul saya rasa sampai sini dulu lah. Okay, kita berjumpa lagi dengan part yang akan datang, gameplay Vampyr yang akan datang lah. Okay, macam biasa saya Manggans, layan saja. Okay, bye.